I want you to pay attention to something. How many decisions have you already made today? What time to wake up, what to wear, what to eat, whether to check your phone, which notification to open, which message to reply to, what to watch, what to ignore. Most of these decisions seem small, insignificant even. But here's something most people never realize. Every decision costs energy. Every choice consumes attention. And every day, without noticing, millions of people exhaust themselves long before they've done anything meaningful. Not because they're working too hard, but because they're deciding too much. The modern world offers us more choices than any generation in history. More apps, more information, more opportunities, more opinions, more distractions. And while freedom of choice sounds like a gift, too much choice can quietly become a burden. A burden that leaves you mentally drained, overwhelmed, unable to focus, unable to act, unable to move forward. You wake up tired. You feel busy all day, yet somehow at the end of the day you still feel like nothing important got done. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Because today we're going to talk about a hidden problem that affects almost everyone, yet very few people understand. A problem that's quietly stealing your focus, your energy, your productivity, and your peace of mind. It's called the decision fatigue trap. And by the end of this video, you may discover that the reason you're feeling overwhelmed isn't because life is too difficult. It's because your mind is carrying far more decisions than it was ever designed to handle. The average person makes thousands of decisions every single day. Most of them happen so quickly that we barely notice them. Should I check my phone? Should I reply now or later? Should I watch one more video? Should I start working? Should I take a break? Should I order food or cook? Should I go to the gym today? One decision, then another, and another. By themselves, these choices seem harmless, but together they create something dangerous, mental fatigue. And here's the strange part. Most people don't recognize it when it happens. They simply assume they're lazy, unmotivated, undisciplined. They think something is wrong with them, when in reality, their brain is exhausted. Think about your phone for a moment. The more apps you keep running in the background, the faster the battery drains, even if you're not actively using them. Your mind works in a similar way. Every open decision consumes mental energy. Every unresolved choice occupies space. Every "I'll decide later" creates another tab running in the background of your brain. And eventually, the system slows down. That's why some people feel tired before they've even started their day. Not because they've done too much, because they're carrying too much. Too many decisions, too many options, too many things demanding attention at the same time. The modern world has created a problem that previous generations rarely faced. An endless supply of choices. Imagine walking into a supermarket 50 years ago. A few options, a simple decision. Now imagine walking into one today. Hundreds of products, hundreds of brands, hundreds of variations. What should be a simple choice suddenly becomes exhausting, and that's just one example. Now multiply that by social media, streaming platforms, online shopping, news feeds, career options, dating apps, notifications, messages, emails. Every day, your brain is forced to process more information than it was ever designed to handle. And every piece of information demands a decision. Pay attention. Ignore it. Open it. Save it. Respond to it. Think about it. The result? Mental overload. This is why so many people feel busy all day, but accomplish very little. Their energy isn't being spent on meaningful work. It's being spent on constant decision-making. Imagine a soldier preparing for battle. Would he waste all his ammunition firing at random targets? Of course not. Because by the time the real challenge arrives, he would have nothing left. Yet many people do exactly that with their attention. They spend their best mental energy deciding what video to watch, what post to read, what comment to respond to, what notification deserves attention. Then when it's finally time to work on something important, their mind is already exhausted, and they wonder why they can't focus. The truth is, focus isn't just about concentration, it's about conservation, protecting your mental energy for what matters most. That's why many of the world's most successful intentionally reduce the number of decisions they make. Not because they're lazy, because they understand something important. Every decision has a cost. Consider someone like Steve Jobs. He became famous for wearing nearly the same outfit every day. A simple black turtleneck, jeans, sneakers. Why? Because he didn't want to waste mental energy deciding what to wear. One less decision. One more unit of energy saved for something important. Now think about your own life. How much energy are you spending on things that don't matter? How many decisions are stealing attention from your real goals? Because the greatest danger of decision fatigue isn't that it makes you tired, it's that it changes the quality of your decisions. Research consistently shows that when people become mentally exhausted, they start choosing what's easy instead of what's right, what's comfortable instead of what's beneficial, what's immediate instead of what's important. And that's where problems begin. You plan to exercise, but after a long day of decisions, staying on the sofa feels easier. You plan to work on your goals, but scrolling through your phone feels easier. You plan to eat healthy, but fast food feels easier. Not because you've become weak, because your brain is looking for the path of least resistance. It's trying to conserve what little energy remains. And the more exhausted you become, the more likely you are to choose short-term comfort over long-term growth. This is one of the hidden reasons people struggle with consistency. They think they lack discipline, but often they're simply suffering from decision fatigue. They're making important decisions at the end of the day when their mental resources are already depleted. And that's like trying to run a marathon with an empty fuel tank. Sooner or later, you'll stop moving. Which leads to an important question. If too many decisions are draining your energy, where are all those decisions coming from? Because the problem isn't just the number of choices we have, it's something much deeper. Something that has quietly become one of the biggest attention thieves in modern history. And until you understand it, you'll continue feeling mentally exhausted without knowing why. Something has quietly become one of the biggest attention thieves in modern history, and most people carry it in their pocket. Their phone. Now, this isn't another speech about how phones are bad. They're not. In many ways, they're one of the most useful tools ever created. The problem isn't the device. The problem is the endless stream of decisions it creates. Every notification is a decision. Every message is a decision. Every email is a decision. Every video recommendation is a decision. Every social media post is a decision. Open it, ignore it, respond now, respond later, watch this, watch that, click here, scroll further. Without realizing it, your brain is constantly being pulled in different directions, and every pull costs energy. Imagine sitting at a desk trying to focus on one important task. Suddenly your phone vibrates. You don't even open it, but your brain notices. A question instantly appears. Who messaged me? Should I check it? Can it wait? Just like that, attention has been interrupted. Even if you ignore the notification, your brain has already spent energy processing it. This is why many people feel mentally scattered all day. Not because they're doing difficult work, because they're constantly switching contexts. One minute they're working, the next minute they're checking messages, then social media, then emails, then back to work. Then another notification appears. The cycle never ends. And every switch comes with a cost. Scientists sometimes refer to this as attention residue. Part of your mind remains stuck on the previous task while trying to focus on the next one. As a result, you're never fully present, never fully focused, never fully engaged. You're physically in one place, mentally in 5 others. And over time, this creates a feeling many people know well. Mental clutter. A mind that feels crowded, noisy, restless, always thinking, always processing, always reacting, yet rarely moving forward. The modern world rewards speed, but the human mind wasn't designed for constant speed. It was designed for depth, for concentration, for sustained attention, for meaningful work. But meaningful work requires something increasingly rare. Silence. Not just external silence, mental silence. The ability to focus on one thing without being interrupted every few minutes. And that's becoming harder every year, because attention has become one of the most valuable resources on Earth. Entire industries compete for it. Social media platforms compete for it. Streaming services compete for it. Advertisers compete for it. News companies compete for it. Every notification, every headline, every alert, every recommendation has one goal: to capture your attention. And the longer they keep it, the more valuable you become. Think about that for a moment. Some of the smartest engineers in the world spend their careers figuring out how to keep people looking at screens longer, how to make content more addictive, how to increase engagement, how to trigger curiosity, how to keep you scrolling. And they're very good at it. Which means if you constantly feel distracted, it's not because you're broken. You're operating in an environment specifically designed to distract you. An environment where your attention is being pulled in hundreds of directions every single day. And every pull creates another decision, another choice, another drain on your mental energy. Eventually something predictable happens. Your brain becomes overwhelmed. And when the brain becomes overwhelmed, it starts looking for shortcuts, starts avoiding difficult decisions, avoiding effort, avoiding uncertainty. This is why people often choose entertainment over growth, comfort over challenge, consumption over creation. Not because they lack ambition, because they're mentally depleted. A tired mind rarely chooses what's meaningful. A tired mind chooses what's easy. This explains something that confuses many people. Why do they spend hours planning but struggle to take action? Why do they know exactly what they should do but still fail to do it? Because knowledge isn't the problem. Energy is. Mental capacity is. Decision fatigue is. The more exhausted your brain becomes, the less capable it is of making quality decisions. And eventually, this creates a dangerous cycle. Too many decisions lead to fatigue. Fatigue leads to poor choices. Poor choices create frustration. Frustration creates stress. Stress creates even more mental exhaustion, and before long, you're trapped. Busy all day, tired all day, yet somehow moving nowhere. The scary part? Most people think this is normal. They think constant mental exhaustion is simply part of adulthood. But it isn't. It's often a sign that your attention is being spent on things that don't deserve it. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Because escaping decision fatigue isn't about becoming more productive, it's about learning how to eliminate unnecessary decisions altogether. And once you understand how to do that, everything begins to change. Escaping decision fatigue isn't about becoming more productive. It's about becoming more intentional. Because the goal isn't to do more things. The goal is to spend your mental energy on the right things. Most people try to solve decision fatigue by working harder, pushing harder, forcing more discipline. But that's like trying to fix a leaking bucket by pouring more water into it. The real solution is to stop the leaks. To remove unnecessary decisions before they drain your energy. And the people who perform at the highest level understand this. They simplify. They automate. They create routines. Because every routine removes a decision. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't debate whether to do it. You don't analyze it. You don't spend 10 minutes deciding. You simply do it. Why? Because it's become automatic. Now imagine if more areas of your life worked the same way. Imagine having a fixed morning routine, a fixed workout schedule, a fixed sleep time, a fixed period for deep work. Suddenly, dozens of daily decisions disappear. And every decision you remove creates more space for what truly matters. Because clarity isn't created by adding more. It's created by removing what isn't necessary. This is where many people go wrong. They believe freedom means having unlimited choices. But often, unlimited choices create paralysis. The happiest and most focused people aren't the ones with the most options. They're the ones who know what matters and ignore the rest. Imagine standing at a crossroads with 1,000 different paths. At first it sounds exciting, but eventually it becomes overwhelming. Now imagine standing at a crossroads with only one clear path. Suddenly, your energy shifts. You're no longer deciding. You're moving. And that's the power of simplicity. Simplicity creates momentum. Complexity creates hesitation. The more cluttered your life becomes, the more cluttered your mind becomes. And the more cluttered your mind becomes, the harder it becomes to focus on what truly matters. That's why some of the most powerful improvements in life come from subtraction, not addition. Removing distractions, removing unnecessary commitments, removing constant notifications, removing information you don't need, removing decisions that add no value. Every time you simplify something, you recover a piece of your attention. And attention is one of the most valuable assets you'll ever possess. Because wherever attention goes, life follows. If your attention is scattered, your life feels scattered. If your attention is focused, your life begins moving in a clear direction. This is why protecting your attention is not a luxury. It's a responsibility. Your future depends on it. Your goals depend on it. Your relationships depend on it. Your peace of mind depends on it. And perhaps the biggest lesson of all is this: you don't need more information. You need fewer distractions. You don't need another productivity hack. You need more clarity. You don't need to make hundreds of better decisions. You need to eliminate hundreds of unnecessary ones. Because the quality of your life is often determined by the quality of your attention. And attention is a finite resource. Spend it carelessly, and you'll feel exhausted. Spend it intentionally, and you'll feel powerful. So before this video ends, I want you to ask yourself one simple question. What decision keeps draining my energy every day? Maybe it's a habit, maybe it's a distraction, maybe it's an obligation, maybe it's something you've been postponing for months. Whatever it is, stop carrying it. Decide, simplify, move forward. Because every unresolved decision occupies space in your mind, and every decision you finally make gives that space back. The truth is, most people don't need more time, they need more mental energy. And mental energy grows when unnecessary decisions disappear. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed, if you've been feeling mentally exhausted, if you've been wondering why you can't focus, the answer may not be that you're lazy. It may not be that you're undisciplined. It may simply be that your mind is carrying more than it was ever meant to carry. Simplify your choices, protect your attention, guard your energy, and watch what happens. Because a clear mind doesn't just make better decisions. A clear mind builds a better life. Thank you for listening, and if this message resonated with you, let it be more than information. Let it become action. Until next time, stay focused.